I live here. I'm a spoiled, rotten person. I live here literally yesterday and day before I was watching films back to back. But asking you, Kamal, any reason that you decided to partner with this one is very unusual for an Indian market.
So, part of what we do in PVR is distribute a lot of independent Hollywood films. So you have the major studios, they have their own distribution set up in this country. But then you have like tons of independent producers who make 200, 300 independent films every year. And PVR Pictures, because we run a chain of cinemas, we've always, our endeavor has always been to bring films which can work for the discerning audiences, because the mass films, the popular genre is easily available in the country. The studios are bringing it, but we sort of focus on the independent films. So part of what we do is track a lot of independent films, and we've been tracking Pele for last 2 years. We screened the film in Cannes, the film festival in May last year. And we were completely bowled over by the simplicity and the inspiration, the story which was told in such a fantastic manner by these young directors. And we were certain we wanted to bring it to India. And then, of course, the clincher was when the producers and the director made the announcement that Mr. Rahman had agreed to give the music. That was a clincher. That's when we were absolutely certain this film had to be brought to India.
This is so exciting. Before we throw it open for the Q&A, my son is named Zizou after a football player, so I'm very excited that you're getting into the game, and I hope you enjoy it. But we'd love to know what are your next projects before we throw the house.
Yeah. So I'm producing a movie called 99 Songs. I'm in the midst of pre-production. So I've been working on it for 4 years. Now it's going to go on floors.
That's a very exciting title. Are you going to let us know a little bit more about it, or we just wait for your official announcement?
We're just releasing a virtual reality promo. Not a promo, like the gist of the whole this thing, probably in a month. So we're shooting for it all over the place.
So this is an Indian release or international? But
this is an Indian film. Okay. Whatever the fate is, God will decide, and the people will decide.
Is it in Tamil?
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
It's a Hindi film.
Okay.
The hero is from Kashmir.
Okay.
Okay, let me clear everything. Heroine is from another place. I'll tell you later.
Okay. You like this independent film?
Yeah, I wanted to know Tamil as well. I'm half Tambram, so was wondering, are you back doing movies for the Tamil industry as well?
Yeah, I'm doing. I just 24 released day for yesterday. It's doing very well. And Mani Ratnam is doing another movie. Shankar is doing Robot 2.
All the legends combining, yeah.
Yeah. So
anything else you'd like to tell them? So we're going to throw the floor open to question and answers from you. I'm sure there's a mic amongst you, but please raise your hand so we can identify you. All right, there.
Mr. Rahman, this is on your right.
On the right.
So what is the meaning of Jinga?
Jinga is a style which Brazilians used to play, and then they were criticized by the European coaches saying that don't use the style. So Pele went against that, and he used that style and won the World Cup. So I felt when the director was saying he used the Jinga, I was like, what is that? I paused and said, this is a very interesting word, we can do a song. And so I did a song and surprised them.
And I saw, I think 2 or 3 days back, 24. So Arijit ne gaya hai aapka wo gana. So how was that happened? Just if you can elaborate.
So I think, I never thought about that idea, but Surya came up with that idea. I said, can Arijit sing a song for us? I said, okay. And then he was actually doing his own movie, he was directing his own movie. He was kind enough to record at very remote places. He had a mic and a laptop, and we had to do a couple of corrections, a couple of times, but he was very patient. He's a very sweet guy and very talented.
Hi, how has life changed personally and professionally after the Oscars? And how challenging is it for you to have your own unique style but yet be different in each project?
Life after the Oscars was the most difficult. And now when I think about it, it is more simpler for me to make a choice with a couple of doors open. Now every door is open. I was telling my agent the same thing, like how confusing can it be? You want to be a pop artist? Yes, you can. You want to be a Hollywood composer? Yes, you can. You want to do stage? Yes, you can. You want to be a film producer? Yes, you can. But which side will you? You're human and you have limited, energy. That was my problem for the past 4 years, and now I'm focused. I think I know what I'm going to do now. But in the 4 or 5 years, I had a life which I never had in my life before. I was partly living in Los Angeles. I could walk. I could go to a movie. I go to a restaurant with my family. Kids could go shopping. I could go to a mall. All that stuff which I missed, and I was being a very good father, husband, and a son.
Rahman sir,
The second question, you're too greedy for asking two questions.
How challenging is it to have your own unique style but yet be different for each song?
I'm the listener for my music. I always want to be that. I know people say, oh, can you do the 90s kind of music? Can you do what, like a Tal you did? Or can you do like how Rockstar was there? It's a phase which I'm going through internally as an artist. So I want to satisfy myself, and that's what I keep doing. I want to be honest to myself. I want to enjoy and be passionate about what I'm doing. I am doing it for other people, but it's like I taste my food first before giving to other people. So
வணக்கம் ரெஹ்மான் சார் வணக்கம்
Manakam.
எப்படி இருக்கிறீங்க?
Tell me.
Okay, I was you also one started very early. Would you like to give away the mantra of your winning the world? What all you did to win the world?
I can see a lot of parallels in Pele because
Yeah, that's why I asked you the question.
many parallels. I was my father, when he was about to make it he was helping all other people. When he was about to make independently, he died. At probably one of the biggest releases he had, the same day he died. And very similar, if you watch the movie, his father was an aspiring, soccer player, but then he could never make it. And his seed of aspiration which he sowed made Pele, I would say his blessing kind of made him a huge superstar. And very similar to my story. So it is actually a lesson for every aspiring father who never made it. The kids will make it. So be firm and believe in the Almighty and make them, encourage them, and then give them all your blessing.
Well said.
Rahman sir, in personally, which is your favorite game in personally?
Oh, God. Now this is a trick question because I'm doing Sachin's movie also. I think sports is generally sports, soccer, baseball, football, basketball, cricket, all of them have a kind of, it's unifying people in a way. That's one thing which people can share between, there's no things dividing them. Of course, countries maybe, but at least in a country, it unifies people. So I like the whole sports thing. I'm probably going to go into sports just because of physical fitness and the excitement.
Rahman sir, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a one line behind the word, birth of a legend. So my question is, after reaching such a great achievement in your life and receiving number of awards and Oscar, do you feel you are a legend now?
I don't feel anything. I want to be, whenever I tell my people, don't keep any awards in front of me. That will slow me down and it's a baggage on my back. I want to be like I'm born today. And I want to achieve, I want to learn. And that's so important for us. The moment you feel like, oh, somebody falls on your feet and give me Ashirwad, and I feel like, oh my God, I go to the uncle status now. Not that it's a bad thing. So I keep avoiding that. I want to be in a space where I can discover. I want to be like a child who's discovering things every day.
Hello,
I think
Mr.
a
Rahman.
lot of people differ because a lot of people in India think you are the Indian living legend.
Let them
So
think,
a lot
that's
of
fine.
people- A lot of people differ with that.
I don't want to think like that.
He
was
himself
asking, the question was, do you think you're a legend?
But Mr. Rahman, you yourself said 2 young kids who directed this. I wanted to tell you you're also extremely young yourself.
Okay,
So
thank you.
Sorry,
Hello,
my
Mr.
viewers.
Rahman. Here, just straight. Here.
Yeah.
What kind of difference you find in the filmmakers of Hollywood and Bollywood? What kind of demands they keep it in front of you?
I think, in a way, Indian filmmakers are blessed. There's not much of interference. They have so much of liberty, and especially directors. You go to Hollywood and they'll know the difference.
And
there are
one more question.
mafias controlling everything.
दबा के लो विजुअल हाँ था ना बाबू प्रणाम बोलो बाबू